All right, afternoon. Welcome to a regular dose of Be Refreshed. We call this the Life Edition. Every morning, 5 days a week, we teach the daily dose, and in that we focus on the soul, which the application is life, but we just walk through scriptures. In the afternoons, a couple of 2-3 days a week, I love to just come and sit with you and chat about life, and see how the scriptures do bring into it, but just focus about life. And so the theme of the evening afternoons have always been, right now, at least in this season, letting life get better. I love that question. I love that phrase. It's one of my most powerful self-talks that I do. Do you talk to yourself at all? I do that a lot. I talk to myself about a lot of things. I think it's healthy. The scriptures speak of that. David in the Psalms in 42 and 43, both of those times, he speaks to himself. Oh, soul, why are you weary and downcast? He's asking himself what's going on. There's something healthy about self-diagnosis in that sense. And so this phrase, letting life get better, is one of the best questions that you can ask yourself. So whatever you're stressed about, pick whatever that is. Are you stressed about money today? You simply ask yourself, how can I let this get better? That keeps you from projecting your problems on somebody else. Your boss doesn't love you; he'd give you a raise, or you don't make enough money. You should have gone to school. Whatever those things are that keep you down. Then you simply ask the question: how can I let this get better? Not how can this get better, because we can think of a bunch of ways that this could get better, right? But this is the question that we ask ourselves that we can take charge of. How can I let this get better? And so that's a great question to ask. You can ask it in the area of marriage. You can ask it in the area of raising your children. You can ask it in the area of your work environment. There's so many places that this question is so powerful, just to take a minute and say, how can I let it get better? So we've been focusing over the past month now or so, maybe a couple of months, looking at this concept of bringing that into 7 key areas of life. And I'm not going to belabor the points with you, just rattle them off so that you know what they are. Listen, all of us live life in 7 basic areas, right? We all have a fitness routine that we do. Now, I'm not talking about necessarily a physical fitness, although I think that's crucial. There's mental fitness, there's emotional fitness, along with physical fitness. But we all go in that realm. That involves what we eat, what we choose to eat, what we don't eat, why our health is the way it is. A lot of the things that we do in that area are contributing factors. So that's a area that we really should focus on and talk about, as well as finance. Finance is something that's crucial that you and me talk about on a daily basis with ourselves and with others. Is how can I let that get better? How can I improve my financial situation? How can I improve my family? How can I improve my field, that area where I work? How can I improve my faith? How can I let that get better? How can I let my friendships get better? How can I have more fun? How can I let that get better? Right? Those 7 areas, and you think about it, your life is always touching on one of those. And they intermingle and they interconnect. And sometimes we get kind of myopic and we focus on one of those and we see the others falter. The goal of life, and the goal of what I'm doing with you this afternoon, is to help us find balance and growth in those 7 areas. Now, I didn't make those 7 areas up. It comes from a digital platform for personal growth called Oola. You may be familiar with that, but I'm a brand ambassador for them and really love that product and what it does, and love to share more about it with you. But for now, I'm just kind of walking through this, just getting used to getting this in my wheelhouse, wanting to engage you about those 7 areas, because I think it's healthy that we have those conversations. Now, so here's how this thing works, right? We look at those 7 areas, and then if you were to do the digital platform, it would ask you 10 questions, each of those 7 areas. And so you'd end up answering 70 questions. It would spit out for you kind of where you're strong and where you're weak in those 7 things, so that you can kind of get a gauge. And they do it in a sphere, like a wheel. And so you can see, man, I'm a little flat over here in the area of family, or I'm a little bloated in the area of field. That is that you spend more time in one than you do the other, and different things like that. What we want is for that wheel to be fairly round, so that it rolls down the road. Our life does, right? And then we want to see that thing expand. So that's the growth aspect. As we grow in those 7 areas, get better, bolster up the ones that we're weak in, and keep growing in all the others, we find that we will walk into the purpose that God has given to us in this life. And so this isn't about perfection, it's just about growth. And so it's a powerful program. So what we discovered the past few times that we studied with you was that there are certain strongholds, we can call them blockers, that assault us in these goals. So we set goals in every one of those 7 areas, 3 goals in each one. 21 goals is what I've established, 7 that I've chosen to focus on for the next few months. And then there's one that I keep in the forefront of my mind. That's the one that man, if that one would fall down, that goal, I could knock that one down, it would unlock all of the others. And so this is how we work. So we come into this area, we realize there's certain things that we can do, that strongholds that will block us. So if we've got fear issues, guilt issues, we got anger issues, if we self-sabotage ourselves, if have some laziness propensity, if we're envious and we find ourselves jealous and envious of the things that others are doing, or we just simply lack focus, we haven't trained our minds in shape, that it will slow us down. Well, just as we have blockers and strongholds, we also have attitudes that will propel us. Attitudes that make it easy. It's like putting the wind behind the sails. When these attitudes are blowing its breeze across our life, we get to our goals faster. And so what I want to do is talk to you about those. We call those accelerators. You know, if you have a car and you're trying to pass another one, right? You hit the accelerator, man, you can jet right around them, right? Get on down the road. Well, if these areas that we're going to talk about over the next few days are in our life, it really propels us forward. I love talking about these. The first one we're going to talk about is simply this word called gratitude. Gratitude is a key piece of everything that we do. If you want to propel yourself faster down life, where you enjoy it more, you're knocking goals down, gratitude is going to be seriously the number one attitude that you can have. Now, gratitude just doesn't normally flow out of somebody's life. We're not geared for that necessarily. We're geared to be prone in some sense toward the negative. We can retrain ourselves, and that's what most of us do, who just see the attitude of gratitude as this powerful thing. But gratitude is a mindset that focuses on the upside of life. That's what gratitude is. It doesn't assume that everybody's going to give me something. It doesn't assume that the world is against me. It doesn't. I don't find myself looking to make excuses and the reasons why nothing happens. Gratitude simply is an attitude of thankfulness for the small things. Right? If I'm grateful for the little things I have in life financially, it will propel me forward faster. If I'm grateful for my family, it will greatly improve my family's growth in those areas. Gratefulness can't help do it. It's an appreciation for the little blessings that we find in the mundane things of life. And when we get in that habit of just being grateful, it's a game changer. See, gratefulness is a choice. It's an attitude. That attitude flows from a thought process that this world doesn't owe me anything. So when something good happens, it's like a blessing, right? And so, if we have this privileged mentality, or we have this victim mentality, if we have this idea that the world owes us things, and what's been perpetrated in our life is that life should be fair and people shouldn't have advantages. If that kind of garbage thinking is in your life, gratitude is going to be hard to achieve, because you will always see it from a slant that someone's out to get you. Someone isn't playing by the rules. When you ignore all of that and you simply realize that what Solomon did, naked I came into this world and naked I'm going to go out, that this world doesn't owe me anything. I can't take anything with me. I came into this world naked. I'm going out that way. I shouldn't expect anything in this life, right? In fact, he goes on to say, man, if we just had food and shelter, we should be with that. Those things we should be content. And so anything over that is truly a blessing. And so these are the things that we have to get into our life. It's a discipline. It really is. You have to train your mind to see the good in a relationship instead of the little irritations in it. Those who are grateful, they're happier people. Think about it. Think about those people that you go, man, I really like being around them. You know what you don't find about those people that you love being around? That they're anything but grateful. They're not ungrateful. We're not drawn to be with people who are always whiny about everything and talking about how unfair life is. But we are drawn to people who have gratitude. And that drawing to people who have gratitude and people drawing to us gives us a better sphere of people coming alongside us to help us achieve things. It is certainly a powerful principle in life that those who are grateful find themselves with people who want to help them succeed a lot more than those who aren't grateful. And you can call it right or wrong, up or down, good or bad. It's the way life is. And so it works that way. So if I were you, I would focus on being grateful, right? There's nothing that will accelerate you better in those 7 things in this thing we call gratefulness. Gratefulness, they count their blessings. People who are grateful count blessings, right? So do you do that? You count your blessings and just look at the upside of things. Could you right now name me 10 things, 3 things right now that you're happy about today? I don't mean the big picture. You know, I'm grateful for God. We all are that. I mean a very specific thing, right? I'm grateful for a car that didn't break down today going back and forth. I'm grateful that I had some cash. I could go eat dinner, right? The rest of the world is living on $2 a day, and I just blew that on a soda, right? I mean, I didn't, but you know, I don't. But anyway, you see what I'm saying, right? So those are the things that we do. Grateful people count their blessings, even the blessings that were born out of difficulties. So when you and I get in the habit of doing that, it changes everything about how we see life. And when it does that, our life gets better. It's expanded. Grateful people live in the moment. They don't miss the little things. They're not moping around missing the little things because they're mad about something, what they perceive as to be big in their life. And it is those little things. You go sit outside, you look at the stars, you breathe a little breath of air. You watch some animals, you pet your dog, whatever those things are, you'll see how that works. So here's a question that I guess we could have a conversation about. How do you train yourself to be grateful? I got 2 or 3 things, but I'm just going to give you 2. I think today one is, I think when we get in the habit, there's another phrase, and I'll probably bring that out in some of the other aspects of these things. Is that there's another phrase I use besides just how can I let this get better? Up until now. See, we can see ourselves as no good at anything, and that will in itself bore this ungratefulness. I don't have the right stuff. I don't have whatever. But when we say, up until now, I haven't been very good at that. Up until now, I haven't been a good friend. It forces us to start thinking about the good things we can do. It's a small thing, not the only thing to do to create gratefulness. I'm just telling you, it's a powerful thing to make that statement. There's hope in that. Wherever there's hope, there's going to be gratitude. Those things go together. But here's the one deal that we do. We train ourselves, and I would tell you this. You know, we talk about an 80-20 rule in business and in every other thing, but that 80-20 rule works in so many things. And so here's what I would tell you. Quit focusing on the 20% of things that stink in your life, because it's easy for us to find those 20%. You focus on the 80% that's really good in your life, and you're going to see that 20% becomes an insignificant issue to you. It's true of everything that we do in life, but you focus on the 80% of what you love about your field, about what you love about your family and your friends and your finance. What you're going to find is that your life is getting better, and your goals are being knocked down because your attitude is so good. Try it. I mean, just list 3 things that you love about your financial situation. List 3 things you love about your friendships. List 3 things you love about family or faith or fun, your field, any of those things, and see if I'm not right about that. All right? Listen, practice it, and tomorrow I'm going to come back. We're going to talk about the second accelerator that we find important. That's the one called love. All right, man, you guys have a great afternoon. I'm going to go do a little workout, and I'm going to go hang out with some friends. And so I'll see you tomorrow afternoon, Lord willing. Have a good afternoon.